Hello, my name is Thomas Carty. I'm going to read an extract from the autobiography of the notorious gangster Chicago May, who was a Longford girl. And even though we don't do bad girls normally, when we do, they're the baddest in the world. So this comes into her story where she is in jail with Constance Markowitz, and she's visited by the priest. "Were you baptised a Catholic?" inquired he. "Sure," said I, "but I'm not to blame for that." "Oh dear me," said he, taking out his book to pray. "There's a warp in her nature somewhere." Afterwards, however, he and I became great friends. I pointed out to him some of his errors in judgment in delivering his sermons, for which he thanked me. He came on a special visit to see Constance Markowitz and me, and he said a special mass for me. I did my 10 years all the same. Among other visitors, I had the pleasure in jail of meeting Miss van der Velde, sister of the Belgian socialist leader, who was a count in his country. She was a great kidder, but only interested in soil doves, the Borstal girls. Borstal was the philanthropist who gave money to establish two reformatories, one for boys and the other for girls, who were first offenders. I think Miss Van was of the opinion that our crew was composed of dirty pigeons. At all events, she might have been right, if she thought there was less chance to reform us than there was to remake the Borstal children. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. If the iron of prison doesn't enter your soul and sear it, there is a chance for a cure. If it does, the case is almost always hopeless. One sister of charity, who surely deserved the name, came to work with us. She was Sister Gertrude, a niece of the Duke of Norfolk. Her first prison work was the Holloway jail. Of course, most of the girls told her they were innocent. She was very indignant at the government for making so many mistakes and locking up so many people wrongfully. I don't know how many remonstrances she had filed before it could be proved that most of her informers in fact were liars. She had a great family influence, and she kicked up her rumpus for a while, worrying the officials who went to the trouble to show her. This is one of her first essays in home missionary work. Then she fell into another trap. When it came time to go out, the ladies who got next to her told her they wanted to go to rehabilitate themselves, now that they're showing them the way to better and nobler lives. Most of them wanted to go to the north of England, or to the north of Scotland, or to the west of Wales, or to the west of Ireland. Some even wanted to go to America, Canada, Australia, God knows where. Anything to get a big wad of money for transportation. The poor dear child fell for it for a long while. She discovered at last, however, that the very big majority of the recipients of her bounty had never been out of London in their lives, and were back in jail again in a few weeks' time. She spent her fortune before she got wise to all the tricks of the underworld. I know this because she told me so herself. She said she'd no money left whatever. I suppose people think nuns never have any money. Sister Gertrude had her own private fortune, and I don't know how much she brought to the church. That's a short extract from the story of Chicago May. An interesting girl, for want of a better way of putting it, and one of the more unique characters from North Longford.